Okay guys, welcome back. Next phase. So the backdrop photographer's done his work, the art department have done their work, the rigging grips have been busy, the backdrop's hanging. The only thing that remains is to light it. We need some cinematographers, so we've brought two along for you. We have Andac, who's a working cinematographer in Berlin, and Louis-Phillippe, who's a cinematographer based in Brussels. To create the day effect, front light is easy. It's a soft wash of light from above, much like light in the real world. Skylight comes from the above, shines down. That's the best way to light the front of a soft drop. For night lighting, I think of lights in a city at night as being the reverse, as being a bottom-up lighting. So that typically it's lights in the town shining up towards the sky. Here we are at the back of the soft drop. We're going to light from here to create the night effect. You can see that it's basically a blackout effect, so the light areas will let light through, the darker areas won't, so effectively the windows in the buildings will light up when we backlight it. We're going to start out with a very simple backlighting plan. You don't want to light directly because you'll see the sources, so we like to light from below, shining up the drop. Because SoftDrop is made of cotton, it's a woven fabric, if you place lights directly behind it, you'll actually see the sources through it, which is something that's obviously not desirable. However, if you can get them low down at a high angle, the weave of the cotton effectively acts like a louver and you get an extinction, so you cannot see the lights if you're at the appropriate angle. And we'll start out with a nice even wash of light, and then we'll add a few bells and whistles later. We're going to use these asymmetric cyc lights to create that. It'll just be a nice wash of light up the drop. Nighttime cities tend to be a bottom-up lighting phenomenon because the lights are in the city and they light up the sky. So what you want to do is pull them in closer, I think. It looks pretty good. Let's see how the drop-off is. What we've now done is we've got a hot spot here in the water, and here. So let's go back to the way it was, where it looked pretty good, and just go even. Then kill the front lights.
Can we kill the middle light, please?
Kill it because the reflection.
Okay, can we bring the other two lights closer to each other? Yes. You see, already it's much different, and the reflection of the water is already changed a lot, and it looks much more like a night scene.
Moving to the front, we're going to be using Rosco DMG mix lights. They're a good choice. They provide a nice even wash of light. This will be top down, as most daylight is. They have a great range of color temperatures, which means that you can create a variety of lighting effects. And they also do some really good colors, including colors that are kind of difficult to make for LEDs, particularly in the cyans, which makes for a good moonlight look, and in the reds, of course, which goes to a more of a sunset feel. So this is what we'll start with as the baseline, and then again, once we've established the baseline, we'll add some more lights and make them sing a little more, depending on what the cinematographers tell us.
If we want to make an effect which is a special effect of sunset or sunrise, we have to go warmer at the back.
Soft drops are usually printed neutral in terms of color temperature, which means that by varying the temperature of the lights on the surface, you can get a range of effects out of the drop.
So we have now the level which was set for the daylight. So we're gonna try to get a little bit more glow gold glow on the bottom.
It's a very forgiving surface. It's incredibly matte. So you can light it pretty much with any instrument and get a decent success. You can even mix instruments because the nature of the surface is such that it seems to blend different sources together smoothly. Another way you can add life to a drop is by projecting elements onto it. A moon, for example, that you could position in different points on the drop over the course of time, or possibly even give you different phases of the moon by using gobos, which Rosco also can provide. You can also create sunset or sunrise effects behind the drop by, again, projecting the disk of the sun and flagging it to create the actual illusion of appearance or disappearance. What we're going to try to do is create the effect of a sun or a moon in the sky. To do that, we're going to use this, which is an image spot made by Rosco. It's basically a 40-watt LED fixture, daylight corrected. It's a nice bright little source. That's great. You can go so far as to individually address windows such that you can make a light go on or off in the backdrop on command to add life to it. You can add flashing lights on the top of buildings, either by placing LEDs behind the drop or even by using a laser pointer and creating a red strobe effect. One of the great things about SoftDrop is it eats a lot less light in transmission mode than vinyl does. So you're looking at least one stop, maybe a stop and a half less, which translates to using 50% less lights and 50% less power. See what we do with this, and I can give you a disc.
With the movement, the water, it becomes much more visible.
But that's what we're here for. So, lighting the soft drop is going to come down to the individual taste of the DP and the gaffer. It's down to them to determine, the look of the show, and the backdrop is part of that decision-making process. So, it's not my place to tell you how to light a drop. I'm just going to offer some suggestions for tricks and tips that have worked for us in the past. I hope this has been useful as an introduction to SoftDrop, but remember, Rosco offices are worldwide. If you've got any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact us. We're always there, and we want to be part of your team.